cycling, a lot of times, you know, the intensity of the sport will send your blood glucose a lot higher. And then I also do Nordic skiing. And Nordic ski racing, because it's so cold and it's such a full body effort and it's over such a long time horizon, that's actually, for me, the hardest sport to manage my blood sugar in, because I do tend to drop very, very quickly. And each sport has its own very different blood glucose management strategy. Like, I tried to take what I do in cycling and apply it to Nordic ski racing, and it did not work. You just have to kind of start from square one.
When I was a rower, it was quite difficult to manage because there's so many different types of exercises that you make. I have just tried to learn from different sport to sport what to do when I have to get a really stable blood sugar, but it's still a process.
Because a lot of times in races, you know, I don't have anybody who's near me that could actually give me anything. So that was, for me, the first challenge. Okay, a lot of times for distance races, you know, you wear a hydration pack because, you know, you need to be hydrated. But for me, I wear a hydration pack whether I'm competing in a 1 kilometer race or a 50-kilometer race. And I always have some type of fast-acting sugar that is already opened in the package, so there's no packaging and it's sitting in the pocket right in my hydration pack. But then I had to figure out how to actually give myself insulin during a race. And so I've used all sorts of different, I've done injections, I've tried a bunch of different types of pumps. At the moment I am with a pump, which unfortunately is not waterproof. So that also presents its own challenges of making sure that, okay, when I go out on the water, you know, how do I make this thing waterproof? So if I do fall in, you know, I'm not only going to make this day challenging, but also, you know, the rest of my trip challenging because my pump got wet. So it has been quite a big evolution, and I'm sure that's all going to change at some point. And the biggest thing that I had a challenge to kind of get over was trying something new. Because, you know, if I had something that was kind of working, I didn't want to bother changing anything. Because I was like, it's kind of working. And fortunately, my dad he was a really strong proponent and still is of like, hey, okay, that's cool, but can you do it better? Or how can you make it better? Like, would you want to try, you know, injections or a pump, or like try different systems and whatnot? And it took me a while to be like, okay, I'll try different things. But I feel like that really helped speed up the process, and honestly, at the end, helped my, you know, performance results in sport.
I think for me, the biggest thing is my window of like really tight focus on my glucose actually starts 24 hours before a race. Oh, yeah. I want the day before a race to be as level and as in range and as picture perfect as possible. And so when I show up race day and I have all the adrenaline and the stress hormones and, you know, all of the different conditions, maybe it's like super hot and so I'm running a little bit higher, or maybe it's super cold and I'm running a little lower. I can manage those conditions more easily because I have 24 hours of really solid glucose numbers behind me.